Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to my channel. My name is Peace. I'm with the Footsteps to Peace. I'm a psychic astrologer and an intuitive life coach. If you are interested in a personal reading, please feel free to check the description box down below. There you'll find the link to my website, thefootstepstopeace.com. Also, like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and hit that notification bell so you can be updated the next time I post a video. All right, Scorpio, I went ahead and shuffled the cards. We do have a full moon in Virgo coming up this weekend on Saturday. It says you are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. You know, I feel like a lot of the time what you do, Scorpio, is you talk yourself out of things, you know. And I feel like another thing too is it's really hard for you to believe in other people. I think that a lot of the time you think that other people are out to get you, and I feel like what you need to understand is not everybody is. I think that it's time for you to work through your fears and let go of whatever is negative in your life, and maybe that is your belief system, because I feel like for some of you it's not what you think it is. A fiery climax approaches. So there's a lot of Mars energy here. This has a lot to do with your relationship house because Mars is in Taurus right now. And Mars rules Scorpio, which you have right here, and Aries, which you have right here. So there's a lot of Martian energy, which is about, it could either be about fucking or fighting. It could be about, war, or it can be about passion. It really just depends on how do you want to utilize this energy, but it needs to come from a space of purity. Virgo is purity, and I feel like this has to do with your happiness. It has to do with your friendship groups, your relationships. All of those things come into play. But you have to believe that you are worthy of having really good things and good relationships. But I feel like it's all about how it is that you talk about yourself and how you talk about these things. Whatever it is that you are manifesting is going to gain momentum. So it's time for you to release the negative thoughts. And I think it's time for you to release the perspective that maybe you have, been so dogmatic about. And I think that you need to redefine how you feel about certain things in life. Letting go of what is negative, letting go of who is negative, in order for you to embrace the purest form of relationships, life, any type of relationship. This is not just romantic, you guys. So I do want to say for this week, Scorpio, it is just a matter of believing in yourself, and I feel like really looking at your emotions in a completely different way. Okay, so Spirit, please show me. Yeah, there it is. Relationships. Two of Cups. This is about two people who see eye to eye. Spirit, please show me for Scorpio for this week. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Somebody here, giving you a solid offer. Then we have the Knight of Swords, which is all about, communication coming in, but this is your challenge. So if this has to do with any type of relationship, it's somebody here actually giving you something that is tangible. And we did talk about the full moon that is coming up this week, and it is the moon card. So there are some things that are hidden, some things that are secret, and I feel like and again, the moon talks about our emotions, okay, and really getting in tune with our emotions about how we feel about certain relationships, and not just jumping into relationships just for the hell of it, and scrapping relationships. I do feel like for some of you there are some people that you just don't even want to go any further with, and I feel like they're not offering you anything tangible, you're not offering them anything tangible, and it's time to just let that go, and again, simplify your life. Spirit, please show me for the Scorpio 10. Now we have the 9 and 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is putting down a heavy burden, putting down the burden of, maybe you have a relationship in your life that just continuously, stacks you up with a bunch of shit, right? And it's like, you need to do this. And whether that's like, maybe it's a boss, or maybe it's a coworker who's constantly like, you're doing all their work and they're not doing anything, right? It's time for you to put that burden down. It's not yours to keep. And so then we end up with the 9 of Cups, but it did show up in reverse. So 9 of Cups in the reverse can be, you're not feeling like your wishes are being granted. Spirit, please show me. And there is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is someone who is, needing to do some research. For others of you, this is somebody who is spying on you or you're spying on them. Okay, and that can be social media spying as well. I don't feel like it's in a creepy way, but it is there. Maybe this person left you out in the cold, or maybe it's time for you to leave this person out in the cold, okay? And it's time for you to communicate it no matter how hard it is. And that's part of the, needing to leave people and shattering their reality. With that said, you do have the Hierophant as the overall message. The Hierophant is all about, commitments. It's all about, maybe for some of you, maybe you're going to be changing banks. For others of you, I do feel like you could definitely be dealing with some court stuff, okay? And I do feel like there is definitely going to be some type of justice brought in. So it's like, maybe for some of you, this is about child support, because I do see the child here and the money here. Okay, but I do want to say that I want to go ahead. Why is the justice here? Okay, yeah, I did say child support, and then you do have the Empress here. Okay, the Empress is the pregnant mother, and then we have the King of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So I do feel like someone here is wanting to rush in and bring in balance to the situation. They do see like either you or the other person. Maybe you see somebody as your queen of, or as your Empress, and maybe you haven't told them this, and I feel like maybe there's just a lot of busy energy between you and someone else, and it's like you need to delegate that, okay, where somebody else isn't doing all the work. For others of you, maybe you're going to court when it comes to your children. Maybe this is child custody case, child support case, any one of those things, but I do feel like fairness and balance are going to be brought in. I do want to say that someone here could definitely be emotionally manipulative, and you want to work on that, okay, and making sure. What is the Knight of Swords? Okay, Knight of Swords is the Ten of Pentacles. So this has a lot to do with loyalty. It has to do with, family traditions. It has to do with things that have been built up over time, right? Because there's different, there's the baby and the generations, right? So this could have to do with, family inheritances. Maybe somebody had passed away in your family and you've been waiting on this, this inheritance to come in. So that could also be part of the court stuff that you're dealing with. Somebody here is dealing with definite inheritance stuff. For others of you, it's like maybe somebody in your family just, maybe isn't returning any of your phone calls, or just doesn't even want to hear from you, or maybe you don't want to hear from this person. It could be something just as simple as that. But it is a weekly reading, so it doesn't mean that this is something that, I don't feel like it's something that is really huge or big, or something that is going to be, gnarly. Although you do have 3 major arcanas here, and it talks about the Hierophant. So why is the Hierophant here? Okay. The Hierophant here has to do with the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, or I'm sorry, the King of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. The Hermit, okay, is about, gaining wisdom from the past. And it's also a mentor. So somebody here could definitely need a mentor. Maybe you need to be working with a mentor. And it's time for you to take action on that. I feel like maybe it's a mentor when it comes to your creativity. For others of you, this could have something to do, like I said, with a banking institution. Maybe it's time for you to, maybe talk to somebody else about your, car insurance, these cards came up a few days ago, and for my own personal, self, and I ended up saving $50 on my car insurance. So it might be something that you want to look into as well, Scorpio. And that's just a side note. But with the Hierophant, that can go in so many different ways. This could also have to do with a mentor, like I was saying, that you might need to reach out to a mentor, somebody that has a lot more wisdom, that can be gained from this situation. I feel like you just kind of got to get out of your own way and quit being smug, or, I can do this all on my own. And it's like, actually, no, Scorpio, you need other people for a reason. And I do want to say that it's time to release anything that is negative in your life, including thoughts and emotions and those kinds of things. There it is. You have the Devil here. So, and you also have the 6 of Pentacles. So I did say child support. For some of you, you are definitely dealing with child support. There it is. And I feel like your biggest thing is like wanting to know where all the money is spent. That's a total Scorpionic thing to do, because they do rule other people's money. But again, it's none of your fucking business. As long as the kids are being taken care of and the bills are going to get paid, it doesn't matter what the other parent is spending the money on, as long as you know that your children are taken care of. I see that all too often in these readings, and I've had it, happen in my own personal life, where somebody was like, you're the mother, you're cashing the check. And it's like, I'm cashing the check so I can spend it on food and clothing and, a roof over these children's heads, so again, it's not, as long as your children are taken care of, that's what is most important. And again, putting down the burden, again, there's that power and control. There's the Devil right there. Five of Cups, and you have the Strength card. So it's like you're needing, funny enough, anytime I see the Strength card, I always know the devil is nearby. And it takes, a lot of, a lot of strength, a lot of courage to overcome the devil, because the devil is something that is all about power and control. It's about sex, it's about money, it's about materialism, all those things, right? And so I do feel like it's like you just need to put down that burden, quit carrying it so willingly, trying to constantly control. And you are a fixed sign, Scorpio, so it's like you almost want to try and control other people, and then it ends up being a letdown. And it's like you just gotta stop doing that. And maybe that's one of the things that you need to learn is, you're not the best person in the room, you're not the most important person in the room, and you can't have all the power that you want. And the universe is trying to show you where you have no power over other people. That's what Uranus and Taurus is all about. Uranus rules other people, and Taurus is all about value. Okay, and you do have the Taurus card right here with the Hierophant as your overall energy. So this is all about value system, and Taurus can also be very superficial, whereas Scorpio is very deep, and but you got to be really mindful about that. Two of Cups is the Four of Pentacles, the Karma card, and the Five of Wands. Or I'm sorry, the Five of Swords. So it's like, somebody who's not willing to let go. Maybe you're not willing to let go of a relationship, or somebody isn't willing to let go of you, and they're wanting a reconciliation. And maybe, this has caused a lot of conflict. For others of you, it's like the karma is, it's time to let go. It's time for you to, allow this other person. Maybe this is your partner. And I've seen this one play out in a lot of Scorpios. It's like you're married, but yet you don't even trust your partner, and it's like you don't trust your partner with the money. You don't trust your partner with anything. And it's like, how do you work together for the same common goal? And a lot of Scorpios that I know, it's like you want to win at all cost, and you need to be mindful. It's like you can hold back sometimes and be very selfish with what you have, but it can cause a lot of conflict for yourself because you're holding on way too tight, that the universe is like, well, fine, fuck it. You're not releasing enough, that if there's no ebb and flow, it's like you're just holding on for dear life. You're holding on to a relationship, you're holding on to your finances. And like I said, this is either you or someone else, but it goes back to your value system and what it is that you value more. Do you value more money, or do you value money over a relationship? Do you value a relationship over your health? Do you value, money over your own children, and making sure that they're taken care of, because again, it goes all the way back to value systems. So it's all in how you look at it. Nine of Cups is the Sun. Yeah, the Sun, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Swords. So yeah, some depression here, somebody who is being very smug. And I did say it could have something to do with children and secrets coming out. And maybe it was something that was very painful. And maybe it was something that you wouldn't have wished to have happened, but it is something that happened nonetheless. I do feel like whatever this is, it caused a new beginning, but I think that you were trying to control how the new beginning went out. I don't even know what that means, but that's what I'm being guided to tell you. The Page of Swords says that someone here is spying on someone else. I think that, instead of actually taking action, it's like you're almost leaving your options open. It's like you have all these different things, but it's like with the Queen of Wands, she is somebody who is very fiery, passionate. And maybe this is somebody that you're just watching on social media even, or maybe this is, someone else in your relationship, it can be any one of those types of things. So I do want to say that with this said, it's like, you have options. You need to narrow things down for yourself. You need to decide on what it is that you want to do with this relationship and which one you value more. If you want this relationship to work out, for those of you who are married, you need to, quit it with the fighting, quit it with the power and control, and trying to control other people to do things that you want, because all you're doing is causing a lot of issues in your own relationship. For those of you who are not in a relationship, I feel like, yes, if there is something that you want, you have to release the negativity, and release your fear around money, release your fear around relationships, start looking at things from a completely different perspective. And I can honestly tell you, you're going to be a lot more fruitful in doing so. All right. So Spirit, please show me. Yeah, it goes back to this lack thereof mindset. And this isn't your hopes and fears. I don't think you're hoping for the Five of Pentacles, but unless you're hoping that, there's a new day dawning. You see, that not all is lost here. It's like you're crying over this big tree that only has a couple of things on it, but really when in the snow, there's new life that is trying to pop through. So it's like not all is lost. You just make it out to be that way sometimes, Scorpio. So again, believe in the impossible, and when you do believe in yourself and you get back to the things that you enjoy doing, I feel like everything else things can start working and it'll start gaining momentum. Get back to the playful side of yourself. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Okay. And then the next card says, very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you now. And funny enough, at the bottom of the deck, I'm not stopping here, but I did happen to see this from Spirit. Finances and career, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And for some of you, there are. And I think that it's because you're valuing your money more than you're valuing your relationship. And the universe is like, you're doing it all wrong. You need to value the people that you're working with and learn how to work together for the same common goal. And then the money will flow. But it's like, if you're trying to, hammer down and take power over somebody else and their spending, and I see that a lot with the Scorpios, when it comes to their partners or their partners, controlling how much you're spending, it just doesn't work that way. Anyway, Spirit, please show me one more. Okay, there it is, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning. At the bottom of the deck, you've got deception. Someone here is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So I feel like maybe, maybe for some of you, maybe you're in a marriage that really has no more substance to it. And it's like, you're kind of at that make it or break it. Are you going to continue in this relationship in the way that you have been going? Because if so, it's not going to work. Okay. You're going to have to completely change the way that you're looking at this relationship. For those of you who are not in a relationship, somebody here who was very deceptive in the past. Maybe they told you that they didn't want to be in a relationship with you, and now they are deciding that maybe they do. For others of you, somebody is like trying to reconcile with you, but it's I feel like they're not telling you everything. And it kind of goes back to what I was thinking about with the Cancer, because I actually, in Cancer's reading, so you might be dealing with a Cancer as well. You might want to go back and listen to the Cancer reading, because they kind of have the same kind of dynamic. It's where somebody just reaches out and is like, maybe they like or heart one of your things on social media, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Like, where did they come from? Like, what do they want? Or they reach out and they're like, hey, but they start talking to you about something else, but it's not actually what it is that they really want to talk to you about. So they kind of do it on like more of a playful side, like they heart your thing, or they accidentally send you a text, or any one of those things is kind of what I'm getting out of this. Like I said, you may be dealing with a Cancer, or you have Cancer in your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, so wherever that is in your own chart. Anyway, Cancer, it is up to you on whether or not you decide you want to continue in this relationship. But I do feel like if it continues going down the road that it's been on and it's like not working out, whether this is business, whether this is romantic or family, or even a friendship, I'm going to be honest with you, it can't go any further the way that it's been going. It's going to take a really drastic change and a perspective shift, because that's Virgo, it's mercurial, about how you want these new relationships to go. And believe in the impossible, because anything can happen if you are willing to get rid of the negative thoughts that continuously come up that everybody is out to get you. Anyway, Scorpio, I love you guys very much. I hope you have a beautiful week. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check the description box. I've got a lot of really cool information down there, and the link to my website if you're interested in a personal reading. Otherwise, I will chat